Hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, multiverse. Look who it is.
Still morning?
It is.
I don't
Isn't
think
it?
it is.
Is it afternoon?
It's afternoon.
Well, I am Johnny, and this is Dee. This is the Dee and Johnny show. This is the greatest show you know.
You're throwing cereal
Some
on my
people-
hair. It's crazy.
So, Dee, it's officially afternoon. Isn't it okay for you to eat cereal now? I'm eating frosted mini wheats in the mini container here, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen, at Hitchhiker Toys in White House, Tennessee. How awesome is that?
Awesome.
It is pretty awesome. So, Dee, on the way here, because I was shocked that you had never heard of Brock's Bridge Mix.
Uh-oh.
So, I went by Walgreens. I went by Walmart. I went by Kroger. Nobody has Brock's Bridge Mix.
Well, I mean, now you know I've never heard of it.
But that was like a staple when I was a kid. It was, okay, in all fairness, it was the candy that your grandma had in a bowl on the
Okay.
on the coffee table.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. All grandmas had it, even mine.
So, I'm eating cereal. Dee Barty is not. We are live
What else is new?
from Hitchhiker Toys in White House, Tennessee. And this place is awesome. This place is awesome. So, you know what I forgot to do? It's really hard to do on the iPhone. But I'm still going to do it. We're going to have a great show. We're live. And we're going to do that right after this.
It's like Coca-Cola, Levi Strauss, Johnny Carson and Mickey Mouse. The first star was James Dean. Elvis Presley, yeah, he's still the king. Some things are only imitatable. You can't beat an original. Oh, you can't beat an original.
All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes, we are back. We had to play that intro, otherwise it's not a show. So, again, if you're just tuning in, I wanted to say joining us and tuning in. At
You've
the same
had
time.
so many problems
Just
today.
tuning in. That's what we're gonna say. Yeah, I have my tongue has been tangled today, or tangled. Hey, look who it is. Chris Goins is watching, and he says hiya. He's a fantastic artist with Black Sheep Studios, and he's doing some custom artwork for us. Chris, I owe you some reference photos. I know. I've been a bad producer, project manager, what have you. And this is how this show works. We're live here at Hitchhiker Toys. We have no agenda other than to just have fun, eat cereal, and show off some toys from our sponsor, Hitchhiker Toys. They are our official partner, and they're a great shop. And we were shopping around a little bit before we went live. And Dee, show them what you found.
Oh, you gotta get it. I found a kid.
Mm.
Okay, so
Was the kid expensive?
yes. They're all expensive.
How much do kids run these days
All right,
at
look.
the toy store?
Look.
What is this?
It's a Jack in the Box, but it's really a Joker. And
A Joker
it
Jack in the
scares
Box?
me every single time. Like, I'm expecting it, and every time it pops up, it scares me. I just always thought these were so cool.
That is cool. Wait, show it again. And Angel Love says something up with the audio. We're getting a lot of noise. Well, I've got a brand new microphone. Is it background noise? Is it like peaking noise? Tell me if this is better. Hold on. We're going to unplug the microphone. Is that any better? Check one. Check. Angel Love. Come in, Angel Love. Is that better?
Give her a second to type.
Because it's crackling.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Okay. So, here's the funny thing. My phone, we're doing this on my iPhone because we have an HD camera, but it does not like my external mic. And I bought a brand new external mic just for today.
Hey, look, anytime I try to do anything, headphones, anything on mine, I think it's StreamYard.
You know what? It's StreamYard. You're absolutely right. It only likes the earbuds. Ugh.
Yep.
Skunked again. Well, good thing is I can take it back and get my money back.
Or you tell StreamYard to fix it.
Or I can get another external camera.
Yeah.
Like my son just upgraded his photography camera.
That would be perfect.
And I could use his older one.
Yep.
Which is actually a brand new one. But he got a mirrorless Sony camera.
Probably got a mirrorless.
Probably the one.
Canon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here's what I found here at Hitchhiker Toys. Oh, and I'm gonna. All right, everybody's saying the sound is much better. Okay, good. Here's what I found. This is a Wacky Races model kit. And this is Dick Dastardly and his dog, Muttley. And if you remember Wacky Races, do you remember Wacky Races?
No.
Izzy, did you ever watch Wacky Races when you were a little kid?
No. When you were a little kid?
Jamie, did you watch Wacky Races when you were a little kid? Oh, my gosh. Am I really that old?
You old, John.
Apparently I am. Well, this is not just a model. It's a build and play model. So the wheels actually turn. You can actually play with it. I love this. It's $29.99. You know what else I found here? For our Cryptid Crunch friends, this is a Yeti Pop. And actually, this could serve for the ice cream queens, too, because he's carrying ice cream cones or snow cones. I think they're snow cones.
Monsters, Inc. Oh, I love it.
The Monsters, Inc. Yeti. So that's fantastic. And that's kind of some of the stuff that they have here at Hitchhiker Toys. You guys need to come down and join us live. If you're anywhere in the Middle Tennessee area, come join us. So we got some comments. Eli Cash says, Muttley. That's how he laughed. Anyway. You don't look impressed, Steve, RT. And Angel Love, Curious Idealist says, I have no idea what Wacky Races is. Are you serious?
We don't know.
The heroine of the show was Penelope Pitstop. And they've got two of these model kits. They've got the Dick Dastardly and Muttley, and they've got the Creepy Coop with the creeps. Do you know? You don't know the creeps either. Okay.
You know who I do know, and I keep.
I'm just gonna eat my cereal.
I keep looking at this. This might be coming home with me because I love Ghostbusters, and I'm sitting right beside this, and I'm like, oh my god.
And this is with what is her name? Holzman. This is from Ghostbusters 2016, which I really loved.
I did too.
So I saw the new one, Ghostbusters Legacy Afterlife.
It's right here. The one for it too.
And you know, I thought it was okay.
I loved it.
But did you love it as much as
I did.
2016?
Yep.
So you're a Ghostbusters girl.
I am.
Maybe we need to get you to do a Ghostbusters cosplay.
Well, there's already Tennessee Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I know.
Who are our friends.
Yeah, Phil and Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would love to see you do a Ghostbuster D, with the Barty patch. We could, we could like totally rig up cereal box proton packs. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
If there's something strange.
I do kind of nerd out over Ghostbusters.
Really?
Every time I see them, I'm like, you are Ghostbusters.
I never knew that. How do I not know that?
I don't know.
Years?
I don't know, because every time we see them dressed up as Ghostbusters, I'm always like, hey guys.
Well, see, I thought you were just geeking out because it's them, not because they're in Ghostbusters.
Well, how do you think I met them? Because they're in Ghostbusters.
That's funny. That's funny. So, do they have any Gundam model kits? Jamie, do you have any Gundams? No. Not currently. But here's the great thing about Hitchhiker Toys. They can get pretty much anything you want. Yep, they get new stuff through the door daily. You just give them a call. Go on their website at hitchhikertoys.com. And, they do online auctions, eBay. They do whatnot auctions, and they can get anything you want. Eli T. Cash says, Penelope Pitstop and the gang that always has her back, the Anthill Mob. Eli, you're not old enough to remember Wacky Races. You're about Dee's age. No, you're younger. He's like, I'm not going to say how young he is.
Careful.
See, here's the thing. Dee and I are both much older than we look. Dee looks 26.
I'm 70.
Yeah, and I'm about 85. Grizzly Adams says, where did that comment go? Hey guys, Afterlife was great.
Yes.
So I didn't dislike Afterlife. It wasn't like blow my mind awesome.
I loved it because they incorporated everything from the original Ghostbusters and what they did at the end and how.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I'm not going to say it just in case, but.
Well, no, you can say it. I mean, it's been out for 6 months. If
Okay.
people haven't seen it by now or haven't heard, then, we have no culpability in
Okay,
that.
again, forgive me because I cannot remember names.
Egon.
Okay, was he the one that died?
Yes.
Okay, so he died in real life.
Yes.
And then the way they incorporated him in, it was just amazing. I was like, because he was a ghost. It was amazing.
For those of you wondering who the doll is here on Dee's lap, it's not a ventriloquist dummy. This is Izzy. Say hello, Izzy.
Hello.
You've only got about 2 million people looking at you right now.
Scare her away.
Angel Love says decent MG Gundam kits are hard to find these days. Really? I wouldn't know that. I'm not into Gundam, but
Hoppa Gundam style.
Oh my gosh, we need so much help. What? Oh, she says they're hard to find these days without having to pay out the rear end. I had to read that 3 times to make sure that was actually something appropriate to put, because she misspelled out, and that could be misinterpreted very easily. And Eli Cash says he's seen the Wacky Races on Boomerang. Is Boomerang still a thing?
I think so.
Because when I was, 20 years ago, when Boomerang debuted, it was a cable channel just like Cartoon Network.
Yeah, you're hitting me in the head with your face. I mean, you're hitting me in the face with your hair.
Anyway, I think Boomerang is a streaming channel now.
We're so close.
I know we are, but it's okay for us to be close. Look, Dee Barty is sporting her brand new Back of the Cereal Box shirt, and it looks fantastic.
I didn't mean to be like... It fits a lot better than the other one.
Well, the red one was what, a triple X, double X?
Double X.
Yeah, this is an extra large. It's
No,
available on our...
no.
it's a large?
It's a large. That's why I was so excited.
Mine is an extra large.
It's a large.
Hers is a large.
Woo!
So available on our merch store. If you go to backofthecerealbox.fun, and you can click the link at the top that says merch store, and you can get your own hoodie or baseball jersey. And because it's the right size, the logo is in the right place.
Right. It's not on my stomach.
That's pretty fantastic. I love that. All
if
right.
you come see me, I will sign it and give it to you.
Grizzly, that's awesome. Grizzly Adams says, yes, the end of it made me cry a bit, talking about the end of Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Mm-hmm. If you're a true Ghostbusters fan, it hit me in the feels. I got me.
And Angel Love says, Afterlife was wonderful. Completely agree.
See? Get up.
No, I didn't say it was not good. I'm just saying I liked 2016 better. 2016.
I liked it, but it didn't incorporate anything from the original Ghostbusters.
Well,
and I didn't.
That was a missed opportunity. And what's really frustrating about that is Dan Aykroyd was one of the writers, and he was the executive producer of that movie. And for whatever reason, they chose not to connect it to the previous Ghostbusters franchise at all.
Yeah, which I thought was a total bummer.
And
I mean, it was almost like it was a brand new thing.
It was a reboot. And if they had just made it like Afterlife with a passing of the torch, maybe Melissa McCarthy, her character buys a franchise, or Holtzman should have been the granddaughter of Egon, or the daughter. It should have been a next generation kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if they had done that movie would have been a huge success.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm all about girl power, and I love that it was all women. And they were great and they were fantastic, but I did not like that it was a reboot, because to me Ghostbusters are Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Well, but 2016's Ghostbusters, it hit all of the right kind of notes. It had the same kind of energy, the same kind of rhythm and feeling as the original Ghostbusters.
It did, but I kind of feel like Ghostbusters is one of those things that everybody knows.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can't do a reboot and it be brand new to several people, I feel like. Because Ghostbusters has been around for a really long time. Like, even my kids know who the regular original Ghostbusters are. And maybe that's just because I'm a Ghostbusters fan. I don't know.
Well, I love that I've learned that you are a Ghostbusters fan. Now I know what to get you for Christmas.
Ghostbusters!
If there's something strange in the neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
If there's something weird and it don't look good,
who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! You could go on a ghost tour with me. I do that. Downtown Nashville, nightlyspirits.com.
I love that.
And we do a family tour with ice cream. So the kids could come along and be scared out of their mind.
Yeah, we don't want that.
After they're super high on sugar.
I can get scared out of my mind after I'm super high on sugar, because I like ice cream.
Have you ever had Mike's ice cream? We had this conversation. I think our very first episode of this show together was fantastic flavors and where to find them. Mm-hmm. And we talked about our favorite ice cream flavors. And I talked about my favorite is Mike's.
I got to change mine. I thought mine was, I think it was Ben & Jerry's, their coffee, but I have to change it. My absolute favorite of all time is Baskin Robbins almond coffee something.
Is it almond coffee amaretto?
That's it. My absolute favorite of all time. I can eat a tub of that. Well,
my favorite is still Mike's blackberry cornbread. I know it sounds weird, but I'm telling you, it is the best ice cream ever made. And every night in Nashville on 2nd Avenue, I'm taking tour groups and we go by Mike's.
Oh,
And
so it's here.
Yeah, it's in Nashville.
Shoot, I gotta try it then.
Yes, you
That's
do.
something I will try. Bring me all the ice cream.
Yeah.
But don't bring me chocolate. I don't like chocolate. I don't like chocolate ice cream.
Well, that's okay. Now,
I like everything else though.
Now, here's what's great about Mike's is it's like right next door to Matheson's ice cream. They're almost side by side. There's a place in between them. But Matheson's has great ice cream, but what they specialize in is cookies. And they make these cookies as big as your head.
I like cookies too.
And they have this fantastic.
You give me all this ice cream and cookies, I have to go back into the double X shirt.
Well, if you do it every day, all day, but not once in a while. But Matheson's has the best coconut macaroons I've ever had. I love coconut macaroons, and they come fresh out, and they're this big. They're literally this big.
Hey, did you bring me cereal?
I did.
Oh, yay!
It's in the car. I forgot to bring it in. I did.
She'll be excited.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that face.
After we do this show, we'll go get it. We'll do a live Facebook thing showing that off, because otherwise I got to get up and move. And anyway. But
what?
Mike's ice cream, blackberry cornbread. It's like blackberry cobbler on a cone.
Oh, see, I love blackberry cobbler.
And it's so good.
You should have them sponsors. We should go get some and be like, hey.
Anyway, Eli Cash says, I was one of the people that secretly wanted Dick Dastardly to win. That does not surprise me at all, Eli. Eli is one of the guys who roots for the bad guys. And, oh my gosh, there's so many comments here. Angel Love says, should I have said out the wazoo?
There you
instead,
go.
Out the
out
rear
the
end.
wazoo.
Let's see. Eli Cash says, heard the director's cut of 2016 version was better. Well, I didn't have any problems with that. But Grizzly Adams says, the weird thing about the 2016 Ghostbusters is that I love everyone involved, both in front of and behind the camera, but I just didn't like it and can't really remember anything about the story. Well, I loved Holtzman, the character that you showed with, and her doing the pistol, photon pistols and licking them, and she was fantastic.
You love her anyway.
I do. I really do. I love her as an actress. The problem is you can't really catch lightning in a bottle twice. Ghostbusters 1 and 2 are generations apart from 2016 and Afterlife. You're not wrong. He's not wrong. But I felt like if they had connected 2016 to the previous, I think it would have captured that magic.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Because again, Ghostbusters to me is a timeless
it
movie.
And
like I even watched the cartoons as a kid. Yeah.
You know what?
I love Ghostbusters.
You know what we're reviewing next then?
Ghostbusters cartoons?
Yes.
I'll watch it.
Oh my gosh. See, here's the little secret. Once you tap into Dee's geekdom, it's on, baby. It's on. I think I've fallen in love with you.
Again?
And Angel Love says, I think Afterlife is what should have been the story to bring it back to life. Yes and no. I'm just going to say I liked the idea of grown-ups being the Ghostbusters. I mean, I get that when we were kids watching those movies, we wanted to be in those seats and using those proton packs.
So I will agree. I think grown-ups should be the Ghostbusters. And, I did love the fact that the kids went and they found the thing, but then the original Ghostbusters came back and they were the ones that killed the thing, and I don't know.
Gozer, the Gozerian.
I did.
Are you a god?
So look. Here's the thing. Here's where I'm at. So the fact The fact that they use kind of the same storyline, I thought, like, I don't like it when they do that. Like, I want something new.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought it worked with this. I enjoyed it because it really tied everything in. It tied in the 80s ghost, 90s whatever it was, Ghostbusters. Really tied it all together. However, if they did it again, I probably would not care for that.
Yeah, so I wasn't wild that they used the same villain. I wanted to see a different conflict, a different villain. That's why I like 2016.
It's like Stranger Things. Seriously, like all 3-4 seasons is all the same dang villain they're fighting, the black thing, shadow thing, whatever.
The upside down.
There you go. I mean, come on, guys.
See, that was my problem with the Batwoman TV series. It was the same villain every season for 3 seasons. It was Alice, her sister, and I'm like, can we move on, please?
Yeah.
Angel Love says that my 9-year-old son just started singing along with you to the Ghostbusters song.
Yay!
There's something strange
We're past that.
in the neighborhood. Well, I'm reliving it just for him.
Oh.
Cookie Monster Metal. I don't know what that link is, Eli, so I'm going to hold off on posting that. I love you, though. Let's see. Grizzly Adam says, I am a sucker for Haagen-Dazs coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Have you noticed the packaging has gotten smaller?
Yes.
We were talking about that this morning with Captain Crunch.
Well, no, the packaging hadn't gotten. The Captain Crunch has gotten smaller.
Yeah, the
it was
pellets.
teeny. Yeah, but I have noticed that the packaging has gotten smaller. It's better for my thighs, but
has the price gotten smaller?
No.
Has the price gone up?
No.
Less product, more money?
No, it's just less product as far as I can.
Less money, same money, or less product, same money, so the company makes more profit.
Mm-hmm.
I see how it is.
But my thighs get less big.
And Eli says, but, huh? Whose butt are you talking about, Eli?
Poor Eli.
You can see your butt. And Angel Love says, God, shrinkflation.
I know what that's from. Nobody else knows.
I know. No, I reposted it
you
on
did?
our page. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Because there was no reference to what that was. All right. Plus, you're dealing with portals that may or may not be time rifts.
Thank you so much.
Eli, I love you, dear.
But then he says,
He gets my mind going.
smaller package. All right. Grizzly Adams says, speaking of Stranger Things, I live in Clarksville and saw Hopper's police blazer drive by yesterday morning on my way to work. Ooh.
My daughter lives in Clarksville. Actually, I'm going to leave here and go to Clarksville. Let's meet up.
Yeah, my daughter's going to be living in Clarksville in 3 months.
Oh, is she going to Austin P? Is that?
She is.
Nice.
She is. No,
Kaylee just graduated from
she
Austin
did.
P.
Okay, that's a shame. That would have been nice for them to
No
connect
kidding.
while they were there.
Yeah, roommates.
Have a kind of a big sister kind of
Mm-hmm.
persona there. But yeah, she's studying music and theater
Awesome.
and dance. She got a huge scholarship. Huge.
Kaylee got a scholarship for singing there.
Huge. Did she really?
Mm-hmm. She went to the psychology route though, so she didn't use it.
I didn't know she sang.
Mhm.
That's amazing. See, I'm learning all kinds of new stuff about you this morning. All right, so
Want to learn more? Let's ask me some questions.
yeah, speaking of learning something new, courtesy of It's a Kind of Fun Story, what's your most embarrassing story about being sick?
Okay. Like actually like throwing up sick.
Wait,
The only thing I can remember, so here's the thing about me. You gotta know. I, for whatever reason, knock on wood, whenever like I've been out and I've been drinking or whatever, and you know, you get like thrown up sick. I don't ever get sick until I get home. So I've never like thrown up in public, knock on wood. except for kindergarten when I threw up on my teacher's shoes, and I still remember that, and I was mortified.
So the scars of that incident have
I guess
lingered with you to this day.
I guess so.
That's pretty awesome. So I don't think I can confess mine.
Oh, I think you should.
Well, let's just put it this way. I was out in public. I did not throw up.
Mm-hmm.
I had the other end
Mm-hmm.
and did not make it.
Oh. I don't know what's worse.
That's definitely worse. Trust me.
At least that you can kind of conceal it.
What? No, you can't. No, you can't. And it was at a mall in the middle. It's just not fun.
Mm-mm.
When did you accidentally ruin everything but got away with it? You joined the show. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Got away with it.
No, really. When did you accidentally ruin everything but you got away with it?
So I know that, and you know that, but we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They have no clue,
No.
and they never will.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Next question.
I'm trying to think if I've ever accidentally ruined everything but got away with it. I'm sure I have, but I'm pretty much perfect, so
Yeah.
it's hard for me to. Do you like the silver, by the way?
I do.
It's kind of sparkly.
I like it. I like sparkles.
All right.
This is so hard for me because
I know,
I'm not
I know.
prepared for this.
Oh,
And I
this
have
is
to-
hysterical. This one's gonna be funny. It's kind of a fun story. When did you realize that you were hilariously bad at something?
When I started the show.
I knew that was going to be the answer. I knew that was going to be it.
I am hilariously bad at all things comic.
No, you're not, because you love the Ghostbusters. And now I know you love Ghostbusters cartoons. That means you're going to love Ghostbusters action figures. And do you know that there's a Ghostbusters comic series? And there's two. One based on the movie, one based on the cartoon.
Cool.
So I know what I'm getting Dee for Christmas.
Cool.
No,
I don't know. Do you know this question about me?
I don't. I'm trying to think.
I'd have to really think on that.
I know what it is for me.
What?
And I don't know if it's hilarious or not. We'll let the audience decide. Climbing. Like rope climbing, rock climbing, swinging on vines, anything of that nature. I am like a drunken baboon. And it's not funny to me because one time I swung out on a vine up on a mountainside in Kentucky. My brother swung out, came back. He said, "Oh, you got to do it." I didn't want to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Sibling pressure. I swung out over the path, over the ravine, and I started coming back, and I lost grip. And
Okay.
I plummeted
So I got
like
one.
a rock.
I got one. You ready?
Okay.
So I did all kinds of sports in high school, even a little bit outside of high school. I've done I was good at like every sport I tried. It just came natural. So I'm a natural sports person. Okay. So the first time I went canoeing, I learned I'm not good at canoeing. Just ask my friend Jennifer. No, it's not like I can paddle, all that's fine. But whenever you go and you like try to steer, so the person at the back steers the boat. Dee's not good at that. And Dee flipped us like 3 times.
You capsized the boat? How many people were in the canoe?
Just 2 and our cooler. And my brother was with us, and he's like going along, and he's like picking up cheese out of the water, and eating the cheese and everything that was in the cooler.
All right, this is going to be hysterical.
Well, it was in a bag. She said,
because I've got a very small family. Just my family, my wife and kids. That's just
Isn't
the
that
4
a
of us.
show? My wife and kids.
Yeah, and even my extended family. It's just me and my brothers. and that's it. That's our family, very small. So I got 5 kids. This is going to be funny for you.
And a huge extended family.
When was a time a family member's habits really embarrassed you?
You ready for this? All right. So my husband in the last couple of years has picked up a bad lip chewing habit. Okay. To the point to where he does that a lot. So we were, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but I know we were in a mall somewhere and somebody thought that he was special ed. I can't remember exactly what happened. I think they were just like, oh, and I was just like, I was so embarrassed.
Oh, that's hysterical.
And I'm like, come on, honey, like, come on.
He's not going to let you do this show anymore. Well,
and then look, a few months later, I went to Vera Bradley and I was buying stuff at Vera Bradley, and the cashier was doing it, and all I could do was go. And she's like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, because it was just so trying not to.
That's so funny. That's funny. So for me, a family member, it's got to be my brother.
I got another one if you want to hear it.
Oh yeah, I do.
All right. So
we're unlocking the closet of Dee's family hang-ups. Here we go.
So when I had Abby, newborn Abby, Kaylee was 3.5 years old, and I nursed all my children. Okay, so.
Okay, no, keep going.
So we're in the mall, and Abby starts crying. She's a newborn baby. She starts crying, and my husband, he says something, and I don't hear what he says. And Kaylee starts going, "Mom, give her some booby juice. Mom, booby juice, booby juice, booby juice. Mom," like screaming, "Give her some booby juice." And I was mortified. That was even more embarrassing. So then
I can't even bring myself to say those words.
So then I was like, I gotta come up with a different name for it. So these were her buddies.
Eli Cash says, I upchucked, slipped, and did a backflip. That's got to be on video somewhere. Please, I want to see that.
Yeah.
And what did he get away with? Says Eli Cash, too much. That's right. And look, Grizzly Adams says, you're doing great, Dee. See?
I don't know what that's about, but I like it.
Well, because our audience loves you. Sincerely. They really do. And when you think you're doing an awful job, they love you. We had this conversation.
Yeah. Everybody but one.
Eli, what? I love
everybody,
you.
No. Everybody but the one guy.
Oh, yeah. See, here's the thing, Dee. When you're going to interview someone, it's a good idea to do some research, to at least learn their name and what they've done. I mean, do you not see that I'm a famous actor? Anyway, Eli T. Cash says, the hilariously bad at something question falls in line with messing up. Okay. And John, the King of Kentucky. No, look, I am a Kentucky Colonel. That's a real, my family's from there. My mom's family's from there. She was Miss Madison County. She was kind of a celebrity.
Kentucky Colonel Fried Chicken? No, that's not right.
No. Well, and my Uncle Clint was friends with Colonel Sanders. Arlen Sanders. And my Uncle Clint and my dad went to the Kentucky Derby and shared a box seat with Arlen Sanders.
All right, I want to know this question about you.
When a family member's bad habits really embarrass me. Okay, so
I guess so bad habits, like, that wasn't a bad habit. That was just a bad moment.
Right.
But
well,
my husband's bad habit.
My younger brother had a bad habit of disrespecting authority.
Ooh.
And so he liked to get in trouble. It was his hobby. So my parents, you got to understand, I grew up in a very different kind of household. My parents traveled a lot. They were Amway distributors, and they were fabulously successful. So we grew up with a lot of money. And my parents would go on these trips.
Good for you. I grew up the exact opposite.
Well, my parents would go on these trips. And one time they went to the Bahamas or Bermuda, one of the Bee Island nations in the Caribbean. Yeah. And they would go on these trips all the time. This was a common thing. Come on, pretty mama.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, they would go on these trips all the time and leave me and my brother at home by ourselves. And I was 17. My little brother was 15. Maybe I was 16 and he was 14. I think he was 14. Anyway, there's 2 years between us. He was 14 years old. And we were by ourselves. My parents had gone to the Caribbean for 7 days. They had been gone for 3. Now, this is back in the day when we didn't have cell phones yet. Mm-hmm. There was no such thing as a mobile phone. And they're on a cruise, then they're going to the islands, and then, who knows where they're at.
And nobody can get in touch with you if you're on a cruise.
No, nobody, especially back then.
Yeah.
So my brother, on a Tuesday night, this was over the summer, on a Tuesday night, he and a bunch of friends somehow got a bunch of beer bottles, some full, some not, from a grocery store. And at 2 a.m, they're behind the grocery store, drinking them and then smashing them against the back of the store on the brick wall. And they're having a ball. They're having a blast until whoop, 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 the po-po come. They apprehend the kids, and 2:30 a.m, phone's ringing. Hello, and this is the old phones with a cord. I'm like, hello, and look, it was not unusual for our phone to ring at 2 a.m, because my parents were 24/7 business, and people would call, and it was not unusual. So I picked up the phone, and it's the North Canton Police. Sergeant, I think his name was Sergeant Issue, and yeah, he had an issue because he had my brother in custody. He said, "Hey, we have James Pike in custody. We need to talk to his parents." I said, "Well, they're not here right now." 2:30 a.m. They're like, "What do you mean they're not here right now?" Well, they're not here right now.
Which is why he's in trouble.
Yeah, and they're like, "It's 2:30 a.m. Where are your parents?" I said, "They're on vacation." And they're like, "Wait, what?" They're like, "Yeah, they're in Bermuda or Bahamas. I can't remember where. I think it's Bahamas, Grand Bahama Island. That's where they were." I said, "Yeah, they're in the Bahamas." And he said, "Well, when are they getting home?" I said, "Let's see, it's Tuesday, next Tuesday." And they're like, "Wait, what?" "Well, we need to talk to a parent." And I'm like, "Well, I'm the only one here. I'm his older brother." "Well, we can't release it. We have to release him to an adult. Is there an adult there that we can talk to?" I said, "No, my parents are on vacation in Bahamas. I'm the only one here." And we went around and around this hamster wheel for, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And they kept asking, "Well, when are your parents getting home?" I said, "Next week." "How do you get in touch with them?" "I have no idea. They're in the Bahamas." "Do you have a number that you can call them?" "No, I don't know." "So they left you alone with no way to contact?" "Yeah, they do it all the time." They're like, "So you can't reach them?" "No, they're in the Bahamas." And this is the conversation. "Well, we need to bring him home to an adult." I'm like, "Well, I'm the only one here." And again, we're coming back to squares. And I'm like, "Look, guys, it's 3 a.m, because by then it was. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you can either bring him home and release him to me in my custody, and you can talk to my parents all you want when they get home in 5 more days, or you can keep him there at the police station until they get back. It's your choice. I don't care." And they finally said, "We'll bring him home."
You're like, dang.
Yeah. But I mean, that was the kind of stuff that, went on in our household growing up all the time. Curious Idealist says, hilariously bad. The first time I tried to twerk.
What the?
She tried to twerk. The shower curtain looked ashamed. And let's see. Eli Cash says, would you get better if you start hearing banjo music playing? What? I don't know what that means. Oh, look here. Chico DeCosta is watching from Vegas.
Ooh, I love Vegas.
And Chico's an old fan of ours. He was a fan of the other TFG show. Yeah, so Chico.
I didn't know that. I should have come see you when I was in Vegas.
Grizzly Adams, booby juice, I'm dying.
Yeah, me too. I was mortified.
And Eli Cash says, that's mortifying even on my standards, assuming I have any. And you don't, Eli. All right, one last question. This is going to hit hard. This is a healing with Ivy moment right here. When did you realize you were not a kid anymore?
So, something happened that made me grow up fast. Does that count?
Sure.
So I was hanging out with my friends, and see my kids here, so I don't want to say too much, but I got robbed at gunpoint.
Oh, wow.
And several things happened during that situation, and that was a moment of growing up very fast. When you have a gun to your head and then you have to go through a trial. Yeah. And I was 15, 16.
Wow.
So after that, kind of, and it's not just that moment. Like the moments after, the emotional trauma that you go through it makes you grow up fast because you have to learn how to deal with it.
You can move that chair. By the way, for those of you watching, we are coming to you live from Hitchhiker Toys in White House, Tennessee. Hello, everybody in Hitchhiker Toys. Hello. There is breakfast cereal and milk on the table outside in the hall. You can help yourself. It is their courtesy of Hitchhiker Toys on behalf of Back of the Cereal Box. And we've got a lot of people here. Mm-hmm. They're coming by. They're looking at us, wondering what's going on. Yeah, I know these folks. This is Blake and Charisse. Look, there's Blake Wilson. Hi. And Charisse Collins, one of our super fans. Charisse, you want to say hello to our audience?
She said no.
She said no. Hey, that's a great game. So here, can I show it? So I picked this up myself. This is a game called House of Danger. It's a choose your own adventure game. So depending on, did you ever read the choose your own adventure books? Yeah, it's really cool. So it says, like, if you want to do this next, go to page whatever. And so they turned it into a game. I've not played it yet, but I can't imagine. That's got to be super hard to design that game and make it.
That's cool, though.
All right, so I'm going to answer this question for myself. When did you realize you were not a kid anymore? It was maybe 6 years ago. I was 6
years ago.
Yeah.
You're married with kids.
I know. Oh, I know. But I'm young at heart, right? So getting on the bus, because I was riding the bus to work, riding my bike, riding the bus, and saving money to buy up a new car. It's a thing. And so
adulting.
Yes.
But you realize you weren't a kid. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, because I was riding a bike. I was having fun. And I get on the bus and I get ready to pay my fare, and they charge me the senior citizen's price.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. Hey, look who it is. Comics Cade, Saturday Morning Comics says, hiya, friends.
Hi.
And Eli Cash says, ooh, that is a really tough question. I wish I could come up with an answer, but it's a PG show. When did you realize you weren't a kid anymore? And Cade wants us to show him some toys. Cade, you know what?
Grab a toy.
Yeah. So we showed this off earlier.
Grab a toy.
I've got the Wacky Races model kit.
Grab some.
We got a Joker Jack in the Box.
I said the kid on the toy adventure.
Here's one.
Ooh, she picked Minion.
These ones.
That is terrifying.
And a Pooh Bear. We need a Pooh.
Oh, bother. So Izzy is gravitating towards. See, my brain goes faster than my mouth. She's gravitating towards the plush toys. So.
No way.
So
are these Pound Puppies?
They are. So Izzy.
I watch Pound Puppies.
At the bottom rack, do you see the big orange character? To your left, to your left, to your left. Look to your left, turn to your left. Do you see the orange furry guy? Yes, bring me that. So this is so cool. They have one of the best selections of Marvel Legends toys here. And this is an old Toy Biz set, but I might need to take this home. This is the Marvel Collector Edition, Sasquatch and Vindicator. And Sasquatch is one of my all-time favorite characters. The only thing that prevents me from taking this home is that he's not to scale. He needs to be bigger, much bigger. But Alpha Flight, created by John Byrne, one of my favorite comic series of all time. And they've got this here for $29.99, the 2-pack. That's pretty awesome.
You know what makes this place awesome?
What's that?
Let me tell you. I was having a conversation with my kids in the car the other day. The two youngest ones, they don't know what Toys R Us is.
I know.
And they were like, what is that? And so I had to be like, okay, do you remember when we went to the toy store and filmed the commercial? And they're like, yeah. I was like, it's like that, but like the size of Walmart.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? Made me sad.
Yeah, you know what? But
But it gives places like this a chance now.
That is right. And I love that Hitchhiker Toys has opened up, and I love seeing all of the people coming in and out, regardless of whether we're here or not. Seeing the people, shop at local retail and supporting local businesses. And I love that. Because when I was a kid, that's all there was. I remember when Kmart came to town, and that was a big deal. But before Kmart, we were shopping at Nye's department store. And Nye's department store was about as big as this entire store. And, it's where we got our clothes, our shoes, toys. It was like about, I guess, a little bit smaller than a Walgreens.
Wow.
And about half the size of a Walgreens. And that's where we did all of our shopping.
Hey, you can still get all that at Walgreens.
Yes. Oh, Blake found something.
Definitely, if you don't need this in your life, I need this in my life.
Oh, I need this in my life for sure. Oh my gosh, the cereal monsters.
I was gonna say, is that the berry guy?
Yeah, that's Frankenberry.
Oh, look at that!
Count
Chocula.
Chocula.
Almost like Sentai anime style.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Boo Berry, the Fruit Brute. That's hard to say. Fruit Brute, and the Yummy Mummy. I don't. Who tasted the mummy to know that he's yummy, and how desperate or hungry do you have to be to? Anyway. Saturday Morning Comics says, love your own adventure stuff.
Choose your own adventure stuff.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We all heard.
And Comicscade, Saturday Morning Comics, said, always be a kid at heart. Never let the real world take you. Keep it unreal. # keep it unreal.
I like it.
Yeah. And Kate does a great show on YouTube, and love that. Check that out. So, oh my gosh. And he said, Wacky Races. That looks like Dastardly's car. Yes, it is. It's Dick Dastardly's car, and it's a model kit, and they've got several here for the Wacky Races.
Wacky Race.
And Cade said, no, Toys R Us is a dream, a distant memory full of joy. I'm glad these smaller shops can kind of keep that joy alive. I think the smaller shops are actually better. And here's why. Because Toys R Us, they became like a Walmart in that they were just they only stocked the hits. They only stocked the big sellers. You couldn't get specialized service. You couldn't get a Wacky Races model kit at Toys R Us. You couldn't get some of the exclusive collector versions of the Pops. And, you know, it's a much different feeling. What, is she braiding your hair? That's hysterical.
Mom life. Hashtag mom life.
And Cade says, dude, haha, I used to browse Kmart all the time. I could still give you the layout of the store today, even though it's closed down. Yeah. So back in the day, Kmart actually was a great place to get action figures. I got some.
It was always expensive.
What?
When I got older, anyway.
Well, when it's your own money,
Right.
it's a different thing, right? And Grizzly Adams says, shop local. Yes. I drive around rural Middle Tennessee a lot and love independent country stores and mom and pop restaurants.
You should come to
Absolutely.
my neck of the woods then. You
Yes.
love that area.
You need to come down to Hitchhiker Toys. It is a mom and pop shop, even though the owners are not mom and pop. They're rather young. They're in their early 20s and still young and vibrant and full of life.
Unlike us.
Jamie, are you younger than that? Are you only 18?
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
You have a point. Kate says you have a point on the quality that these shops provide over Toys R Us. Absolutely. And I think it's just the nostalgia thing. Well,
I worked at Toys R Us when I was a teenager.
I was a manager of a KB Toys.
Oh, yeah.
In the mall.
That was
Yeah.
before Toys R Us, wasn't it?
No, side by side. Before Toys R Us, there was Children's Palace. And
Isn't there still a KB Toys somewhere around here?
there's a KB.
Lebanon Mall or something?
Well, no, it
Outlet Mall?
closed. But there is a KB Toys outlet in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
it is. That's what it is.
And did you know Lion-O was the original voice of Count Chocula? I did not know that. Do you know Lion-O?
Mm-mm.
Thunder, thunder, Thundercats, ho! Now imagine that voice being like, I love my Count Chocula, blah, blah, blah.
And don't say blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, blah, blah.
And Grizzly Adams was a janitor at Toys R Us in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
I have
yeah.
horror
Oh,
stories.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. And Saturday Morning Cartoons Comics Cade says Larry Kenny was the voice of Lion-O and Count Chocula. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love our fans. I love having this interaction with them.
Yep.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Well, we are coming up to the hour.
1 hour.
And we've got some other stuff that we're going to be doing here. We're going to be here until 3, or at least I am. If you need to take off early, that's okay, because I brought magic.
Magic.
And I am going to be performing magic here live in store and outside the store throughout the rest of the afternoon. And I brought something really cool. And
Izzy's like, ooh, magic.
yeah. So this is not going to be magical to you guys because you're seeing it from behind. But for the audience watching, they're going to see something that should be impossible. And I love this. One of the earliest tricks I ever got as a kid was the Chinese linking rings. And I got them from literally the back of a cereal box or a back of a comic book. They had an ad for Johnson and Smith.
Hey, the Flintstones. So that's another one that I'll watch if you ever want to do that. Because I watch
I
that.
love the Flintstones.
And the Jetsons.
Love the Flintstones. So Cade says, ironically, the Flintstones episode 1, or the episode I watched today, involved a magic act, episode 2. That's fantastic. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, all of this stuff ties to the back of the cereal box.
Oh, and guess what? I just got a giant Flintstones backdrop. So, yeah.
Ooh. So anyway, the Chinese linking rings, I sent off for the catalog, for the Johnson Smith catalog, things you never knew existed but couldn't possibly live without. And then I got the linking rings from the catalog. So this is how this works. I love this. So they link. Now here's where this gets really wild. So check this out. Everybody watching, watch. That just happened. And for the magicians watching, they're like, how did that happen? Lips are sealed.
Mine too.
Yeah, because she knows she's sitting behind it. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing some magic here live at Hitchhiker Toys. I'll be here at least until 3 o'clock. Dee will be here for a little while longer. We'll probably do another just live walkthrough and show some of the toys. We'll do coming up in the next couple of weeks, we'll do a Ghostbusters cartoon review. We'll do a Flintstones cartoon review. And on Saturday Morning Comics, he says, very cool. Well, Dee, you should check out our show today. We reviewed episode 1 of the Flintstones. Next week, we'll be reviewing another Flintstone show. So
okay.
Cade's show is very similar to ours, focused on Saturday mornings and cartoons and comics. And, it seems like, there's a network that promotes that kind of stuff. Anyway, but I love what they do. Cade, if you think I'm a big kid, Cade is like me times 10 on coffee and Mountain Dew. He's jacked up with Mountain Dew.
Are you showing people how much hair I actually have now?
Hey, Izzy, come braid my hair.
She just keeps bringing it around. Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking about growing mine out again. I've been shaving it for the last 10 years. And I was looking at old pictures from the old days when we first started working together, and I had a full head of hair.
Me too.
I started shaving it because it was, you remember, I would sweat from my forehead and the whole thing would become a matted mess. Anyway, so, but the girls I was performing with at the time, they liked it, so I kept it. But now maybe it's time to grow it out. We'll see. Maybe I'll grow it out like yours.
Maybe you should. Then you could be like me and Sarah.
Yeah. All right. So, one last comment, and then we're going to sign off for this morning. Wow, 2 shows in one day.
I know, I'm exhausted. I need lunch.
Cade says you're too kind. You're welcome, Cade. But you are great. Your show is great.
I need lunch too.
Well, maybe you guys can go get lunch and bring me a burrito.
Ooh, burrito. She said, okay.
All right, everybody watching, thank you so much. Everyone who was commenting, we appreciate that so much. Now, before we go, I do need to share this because I put in a lot of time creating this for our sponsor, where we're at today, Hitchhiker Toys. And to just give you an idea, this is what you could be experiencing with us if you come to Hitchhiker Toys in White House, Tennessee. Come on down to Hitchhiker Toys in White House, Tennessee, where we've got toys for all ages, action figures galore like DC and Marvel characters. We've got Star Wars toys and accessories, and of course, your favorite pro wrestling action figures. Check out our huge selection of Funko Pops, along with a selection of graded Pokemon cards, vintage board games and puzzles, Hot Wheels, Matchbox cars. We've got plush toys and a great selection of Barbie and fashion toys. And if you've got some old toys laying around, bring them to us. We buy, sell, and trade, and no collection is too big or too small. Hitchhiker Toys is located conveniently at 141 Eden Way Drive, Suite A in White House, Tennessee, 37188. Turn by the subway, and we're located in the shopping center between White House Nutrition and White House Produce. You can't miss us. Hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 6, Sunday, 12 to 5, and closed on Monday. Make sure to visit us at hitchhikertoys.com.
She said okay.
We're talking about butt massages while you were watching that commercial. Anyway, that is just a sampling of the cool stuff here at Hitchhiker Toys. I filmed about, a little over an hour of footage going through the different shelves in the different rooms and had to trim it down to 90 seconds. But come down here to Hitchhiker Toys in White House, Tennessee, 141 Eden Way. If you turn at the subway, you can turn right or left at the subway. It doesn't matter. But turn at the subway and come down to the shopping center on the left. And they are right behind, well, you heard it on the commercial. They're right between White House Nutrition and White House Produce. And I was telling Jamie that I was making fun of my directions. And, when you see the giant stack of tires, make a hard right and go all the way down to Mama's house. Now, if you get to the flock of buzzards, you've gone too far.
Well, you didn't hear Jamie, as I told him. I said, you're going to lead somebody to an actual place. And they're going to be really mad.
It could happen. It could happen. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching and being a part of the show and contributing. If you love our show, I want to invite you to become a super fan, become a serial boxer. And you can do that at buymeacoffee.com/serialboxpod. You can join our super fans like Charisse and Blake and Dave Manginelli and Eli Cash. And if you hate our show, donate even more generously so that we can improve. And so that Johnny can buy a microphone that actually works on the iPhone. Actually, you know what? It works great when we're just recording, but when we're going live with StreamYard, no good. StreamYard, fix that. We love you, StreamYard. All right, everybody else, until the next time, love you, mean it. We'll catch you on the back of the cereal box.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Izzy.